Good morning, my lovelies. What it do, what it do, what it do. This bitch Yaakov coming straight from that Spiker Star, aka the Messenger, aka the Virgo Goddess, aka the Daughters of Zion, aka that Topaz Gem Sapphire. Listen, always have a message for you, but it's up to you to discern what Ms. Yaakov is trying to say. Remember, I'm just outside looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see, okay? But top of the AM, top of the AM, the goddess is feeling good, lovely, and so blessed, okay? Each and every morning I left my window up, okay? Just like Daniel did. I left my window up, I look towards Jerusalem, the celestial realms, and I say my prayers to the sovereign Lord of hosts, okay? For he is merciful and worthy to be praised. He's driving many of y'all off the land. He's giving me the land, me the inheritance, aka reparations. Wherever I'm at, that's where my land is, and my reparations shall be. If you woke up this morning, you need to give praise, glory, and worship to the sovereign Lord of hosts, for he is merciful and worthy to be praised. Each and every day that you wake up is a fresh new day and clean page for you to get some salvation for yourself, so you can be redeemed from his everlasting judgment and condemnation. And always remember, each and every day that you wake up is God's grace, mercy, and sovereignty on you. It should never ever to be taken for granted, because it can and will run out soon. Okay? But top of the AM, okay? The name of this is called should a prenup be established before marriage? Should it? Let's get down into this. Prenuptial agreement, a legally binding contract signed by two people before marriage. It outlines exactly how assets, debts, and spousal support will be divided if the marriage ends in divorce or death. Overriding state laws. Valid prenup, written and signed, financial disclosure, voluntary execution, independent counsel. Okay, so independent counsel is the lawyer, so both parties have to have a lawyer. Okay, financial disclosure, both parties have to disclose their financial information. Okay, and it has to be signed. Okay, it can't be coercion or none of that other stuff, okay? It has to be with willful intent and choice. You got to make a choice to do this, okay? Cohabitating. Relationship, unmarried couples living together, or core residential dating, okay? That's what cohabitating is. Now, it's been a lot of talk about this whole thing with prenuptial agreements before marriage. Like, they sit here and they discuss, okay, what's theirs and what they're going to take with them. Okay, and it's been also complaints and from a lot of people from both parties saying that that they had their careers and they things before marriage, and they can't afford to jeopardize their career on the sake of their marriage, if the marriage doesn't end, and all this stuff. Like, they keep their stuff, and she keep her stuff, and he keep his stuff, and they go their own separate ways, and the female just leave with nothing as per the prenup. Okay, and the prenup, from my understanding, is also as good as the marriage while being married. Okay, while being married, they arrange who's going to pay the bills. You pay 50-50 it is, you pay 50-50 of that, you pay this and you pay that. My whole thing is this is where the cohabitating relationship with unmarried couples live together, co-residential dating, okay? With co-residential dating, when couples living together, they still splitting the bills. They still splitting the bills. They still 50-50. They still doing this and still doing that, or whatever the case may be. The whole thing about it is, what's the difference between a cohabitating relationship or core residential partnership and a prenup? It's still the same thing. There's no difference between the two. It's really no difference. To be honest with you, it's still the same thing. You're living together and you're paying the bills. Like I stay with the atheists, okay? I have a cohabitating, unmarried, core residential relationship with the atheist. And no, I'm not sleeping with the atheist. Okay? I don't have sex. I'm not having sex with the atheist. But the atheist is the provider. He's providing the roof over the head. Okay? So see, you don't need no prenup for that. Yo, this whole thing with this prenup is just crazy, okay? You don't need no prenup with that, okay? I had another incident during my life where I stayed with somebody named Jeff Decker, okay? And I lived with him and his family, okay? In Piscataway somewhere. You don't need no prenup for that, okay? And then from his family house, we also had a apartment together living in North Newark, and we were together for over 10 years, okay? Ain't no prenup for that. And yes, he was the provider for the house, and he worked and he paid the bills, okay? And I paid some of the bills too. Okay, I paid the electric bill and cable bill and things of that nature. But he had the main bills. He had the rent and the car note and car insurance and things of that nature, okay? See, you don't need no prenup for that. And then on top of it, if you need a prenup, and first of all, let me just say this, first and foremost, above everything, marriage is a sacred covenant. Okay, it's a sacred covenant. Everybody does not need to be married. Okay, marriage is not for everybody. Okay, it is a sacred covenant ordained by God Himself, not by man. It's not by man's. It's not man's covenant. Okay, so that right there eliminates that. Secondly, okay, prenup is not biblical, okay? A prenup is not biblical, okay? That's something that man came up with to suit his own narrative, kind of like, or it is the easy way out, okay? The easy way out, you're not worth my investments, I'm not splitting my investments with you. You go your way and I go my way, and that's cool too. But why you need to get married for all that? You don't need to get married for all that. If you feel like all that with a prenup, why you getting married in the first place? It just doesn't make an ounce of sense. It don't make an ounce of sense. It never will. Man's logic will never ever make sense. Never, okay? But anywho, I'm about to get on out of here, man. You don't need no prenup for no marriage, okay? If you don't want to get married, listen, that's an option too. You could also be a cohabitating relationship, which is unmarried couples living together, a co-residential dating, okay? That's what it is with that. You don't need no prenup for all of this stuff that's going on, okay? And a prenup is only good for while you are married, and y'all arrange to split the bills while you are married. And once you divorce, he go his way, you go your way. His career is his career and your career is your career, and you end up with nothing. If that's the case, like I said, just don't get married. I don't believe in no prenup and no marriage, and marriage is a sacred covenant ordained by God Himself, not by man, okay? If you can't handle God's covenant, just don't get married at all and just settle for the cohabitating relationship, the co-residential dating, and you can still split the bills. And if it all don't work out, guess what? You can still go your own separate way as well. It's all the same thing, no different. Anywho, I'm about to get on out of here, man. It's that Spiker Star, the brightest star of the constellation. Next runner up, we're going to talk about my video autobiography portfolio, wildlife introduction. We're going to talk about that, okay? Because that's important, and that is for the near future. And always remember, these videos that I'm doing are forever. I'm not going to be in this form right here forever. I have to come out this form, and I'm going to be in my essence, okay? We're going to take it on over there, and the videos are still going to be replayed because it's forever from generations to come. Anywho, this is Spiker Star looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see. Hey, listen, man, it's going to be a new heaven and a new earth, okay? Isaiah 65:17, the sovereign Lord going to bring down his kingdom upon a new earth. I should dwell there forevermore, okay? You should make sure that you repent for your filthy sins and live a godly life and obey God's commandments so you could be part of the new heaven and the new earth. Also, Leviathan, he cut the heads of Leviathan and he served it as food at the feast. It's going to be a feast. I surely hope to see you at the feast if all goes well. Repent for your filth and save your generations to come. It's that Spiker Star looking into your world, see things that you just don't see. I'm Ghost.